We're going to show you a real working model, a simulator here at the Texas Oil and Gas Alliance Show of 2015. Here in just a few seconds, you're going to watch these tool pumps kick on, and it's going to make this pump run right here. What's going to happen at this point, we're going to rise the water, simulating an environment where salt water or crude oil is going to happen and overflow. So it's going to move pretty quickly. And as these chain of events unfold, you can look over here at this screen. We have a screen that's going to show the fluid levels rising and moving up. So what we're going to be doing here is creating an event where if at an oil and gas lease, they're about to have an emergency. What would happen in this chain of events is that normally no one would be there to shut it down. No one would be there to save the day. So now with what we have today, whether they're there or not, they're going to get a text alert, they're going to get notification, but let's just say they couldn't make it. We're going to shut that site down. We're going to prevent it. They'll be able to get in front of it. What I like to call this is being proactive, not reactive. So once we get to the very top, what's going to happen at that chain of events is, in our simulator here, what we like to do is show everybody what's going to happen in those chain of events, that it does work, in fact, in real time. It's going to shut this pump jack off that we have right here, this little miniature jack, and it's going to shut that down. It's going to shut the pumps down. It's not going to make any more fluids move. It's going to send out an alert indicator light, and over here, we'll show you, it's going to have a notification that'll pop up on this screen. This is actually a phone. We just use this screen to show it as a bigger scale, but it would send you a text message or an email or a text to voice. So if you didn't have a smartphone, it'll actually call you and say, hey, your tank number one is just overflowed or is about to overflow. One of the things that we like about our systems is in the oil and gas industry right now, they use what's called flooding. They use a lot of water. You hear about it in fracking now. They flood the formation to get the oil and the water to separation into the separator unit. They take off the oil, they take the water, and they recycle that back down the hole. So what happens is that's moving a lot more water than you're moving a lot of crude oil to there. That's why it's so dangerous when it gets out. Anything that salt water or the brine gets out will kill it in the earth for 20 years without soil remediation. So it's very important that you control this environment. With the injector well, if your injector well went out and your pump jacks, these little guys were kept on pumping the water, what would happen is it would overflow your tanks. So what we're able to do is stay in front of it. Let's just say you're producing a lot of water that day for whatever reason, it's there, and your pump jacks are putting in way too much. We can actually shut the pump jacks off for, say, 2 hours, let the injector pump catch up, and then kick the pump jacks back on, and that streamlines your performance of your oil production. So you're getting the maximum production out of that site without using timers, without best guess. It is scientific at that point. The other nice feature is we can tell the difference between crude oil and water all the way down within 1/4 of an inch of accuracy. So this is really good if you have a site state, because what you don't want to be doing in the salt water is injecting it back down your hole and losing that off. And that happens quite often. So this allows you to know right where your oil and everything is to dial your system in very well. And here we're about ready to have our simulation.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
We like to bring it as close to the top for climax there. Now we'll walk you over here and show you this screen. Here we have an example. This would have been a text message that would have went to the owner, the operator, the pumper. It's multi-tiered. It can go to just the pumpers that you need to know, and then have a second tier. Should it be an owner operator, we want to know if it's not been taken, the alarm hasn't been cleared or taken back online. So this is an important message, because what this allows a pumper to do is be very proactive, because what pumpers do, these are the guys that maintain the sites. They're responsible for a day-to-day basis, going out on site, maintaining the oil and gas sites. They're the eyes and ears of everything going on there. Well, they don't know until they get there what they have to deal with. With this system, they can log in the morning, they look at what sites may or may not have a problem, so now they're being proactive rather than be what I call a figure eight. You know, going through the sites, through the daily motions of what they do. But what if they got into a site and they had a problem, and another one had a problem, but he's responsible for that problem? This allows them to be very reactive to what they're responsible for and controlling it.